Suraj Singh, Civil Engineer, Faridabad, Bharat. Routine talk regarding various issues we are facing as Bharat, India, and many other people are wishing to cover. Many other nations are wishing. I'll start with our own current issues, which are very critical. I'm not going into political issues. I'm not going into what governments are formed or not. That's not very important because it's not very big concern for me. Those where people are affected. Example is this Ram Janambhoomi and Jammu Kashmir, which are very critical issues which we as a nation have been internationally affected with. Image has been indented, and we are not trying to understand that. Our image, our reputation as a nation has gone down virtually. People are failing to realize this issue, this problem, which is harming our interest as a human body member. You have to realize that. Now go back to 1947, 15th August, regarding which date and in relation to our our religious buildings, religious structures, certain law was enacted, legislation was enacted, and thus this was entitled Places of Worship Special Provisions Act 1991, which is very relevant if you keep in mind what has happened regarding Ayodhya, and let us see what is that actually. If you go through that, let me block little for myself to read it further. Yes, this is called Places of Worship Provision Act 1991, and I'll just go through fast reading of this. Places of Worship Special Provision Act 1991, short title is this act may be called Places of Worship Special Provision Act 1991. It extends to whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Provisions of Section 368 shall come into force at once, and remaining provisions of this act shall deem to have come into effect on 11th day of July 1991. Definitions. Simple definitions are there: commencement of this act and conversions and places of worship, etc. Places of worship defined means a temple, mosque, gurdwara, church, monastery, or any other place of public religious worship of any religious dominations or any section thereof by whatever name called. And then bar of conversion of places of worship. No person shall convert any place of worship of any religious denomination or any section thereof into a place of worship of a different section of same religious denominations or of a different religious denomination or any section thereof. Declaration which is here to declare the religion's character of a place of worship existing on 15th day of August 1947. Our Independence Day shall continue to be same as it existed on that day. If on commencement of this act, any suit, appeal or other proceeding with respect to conversion of religious character of any place of worship existing on 15th day of August 1947 is pending before any court, tribunal or other authority, same shall abate, and no suit, appeal or other proceedings with respect to any such matter shall lie on or after such commencement or in any court, tribunal or other authority, provided a suit, appeal, or other proceedings instituted or filed on ground that conversion has taken place in religious character of any such place after 15th day of August 1947 is pending on commencement of this act. Such suit, appeal, or other proceedings shall not be awaited, or every such suit, appeal, or other proceeding shall be disposed of in accordance with provisions of subsection 1. Nothing contained in subsection 1 shall apply to anyone allowed. What it says, and specifically in Article 5 or Section 5 says, Act not apply to Ram Janambhoomi Babri Masjid. Nothing contained in this act shall apply to other places, to place or place of worship, commonly known as Ram Janambhoomi Babri Masjid, situated in Ayodhya, in state of Uttar Pradesh, and to any suit, appeal, or other proceeding relating to said place or place of worship. Punishment for conversion. Contravention of Section 3. Whosoever contravenes provisions of Section 3 shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years and shall likewise be levied to fine. Whosoever attempts to commit any offence punishable under Section 1 or cause such offence to be committed and such attempt does any act towards commission of offence shall be punishable with a punishment provided for offence. Whoever rebels or is party to criminal conspiracy will commit any offence punishable under subsection 1 shall, whether such offence be or be not committed to consequence of such abatement on persons of such criminal conspiracy, and notwithstanding it contained in section 116 of Indian Penal Code, be punishable with punishment provided for offence. Act to override other enactments. Provision of this act shall have effect notwithstanding anything inconsistent therewith contained in any other law or time being in force or any instrument having effect by virtue of any other law. Amendment of this act, Supervision Abuse Act, Insurance Act, that's all that. This is what I brief is Places of Worship Special Provision Act 1991 1991 में भारत सरकार ने भारत की संसद ने ये एक्ट पास किया था जो कहता है टाइटल प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप स्पेशल प्रोविजन एक्ट। और इसमें ये खास तौर से कहा गया है कि 1947 15 अगस्त जो हमारी भारत की आज़ादी का स्वतंत्रता दिवस है, जो भी मंदिर मस्जिद गिरजा गुरुद्वारा जो भी किसी भी किस्म का प्रार्थना स्थल होगा पूजा स्थल होगा किसी भी धर्म का, उस दिन जो स्टेटस रहा है आज़ादी के दिन स्वतंत्रता के दिन वैसा ही माना जाएगा, उसको टच नहीं किया जाएगा, उसमें कोई हेरा फेरी नहीं की जाएगी, कोई उसका यूज़ का कन्वर्शन नहीं होगा कि मस्जिद को मंदिर बना दो या मंदिर को मस्जिद बना दो या इसको उसको, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा। ये गैर कानूनी होगा और उसको नहीं मानने वाले को 3 वर्ष की सज़ा होगी। लेकिन इसमें बाबरी मस्जिद वाला मसला, राम मंदिर वाले मसले को उस टाइम वो कोर्ट में था और जो भी कोई मुकदमा जो भी कोई केस अगर कोर्ट में चल रहा है उस दिन उसको छोड़कर बाकी कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर को कोई भी हाथ लगाएगा तो कुछ भी होगा, उसको 15 अगस्त 1947 वाला दिन ही उसके नियम के अनुसार कानून के अनुसार माना जाएगा। उससे पहले चाहे कुछ भी हिस्ट्री रही हो, इसलिए ये कानून पास कराया गया 1991 में। बाबरी मस्जिद के खास तौर से एक्सेम्पशन किया गया क्योंकि उस टाइम ये केस चल रहा था हमारे देश के न्यायालय में या पहले के या अंग्रेजों के न्यायालय में, तो इसीलिए इसको अलग किया गया। लेकिन प्रिंसिपल को समझना होगा, सिद्धांत को समझना होगा। What principle says? Principle says that in principle we agreed in Parliament 1991, which is after many years of independence, many years after independence, Parliament thought that there's some problem. I think this issue was a problem because RSS and VHP and all they were interested in removing all those temples, all those mosques which are built, assumed to be built over existing temples in those days, pre-independence days, so whatsoever history, hundreds of years back, let us say 1500th century, 1500 or 1400, just to combat that situation, just to commit a fictitious assumption that the buildings were converted from temple to mosque as alleged by those people. This act was passed for all worship structures whatsoever in those days of 15th August 1947, our independence day, whatever status was there shall continue to be legally as it does, except Ram Janmabhoomi Party. But principle is different. It says on that day whatever was has to continue. If you just think of this also, because this case was not resolved, it was continuing on this day as well. And in 92, this was demolished by RSS, VHP, and what you can say. They say public, but I don't go into that detail. I assume that these people did that. Question is, we have now got a judgment from our apex court, bench of 5 judges, which is an extraordinary and exclusive judgment in our history of post-independence. It is an exclusive judgment that can change a stream of you can say, secular status of this country, that can change principle, that can change thoughts of our conceptions, what we are today and what we are expected to be, and what and where our constitution does stand on which principles. This is very, very necessary for every citizen of this country to understand. It's not simply a judgment. It's not simply a judgment, I say, I repeat it. It's a way to get information for future. It's a way to be directed for future. Bharat, India as a nation, as SSSDR. SSSDR means Sovereign Socialist Secular Democratic Republic nation. Are we moving into that direction which started on 15th August 1947? Or we have taken certain directions, deflections, deviations, and our track has changed or shall continue to change. That is very important. Judgment means what our laws state, that judgment means a complete confirmation of whatever adjudication is done, delivery is made by court to affected parties or involved parties should be crystal clear, should be black, white, like there is leaving no ambiguity, and if some ambiguity is left, that can be corrected by appeal or appellate jurisdiction judges. Here, the Supreme Court of India, Bharat, which is top court on which lies no other court. There is no appellate power after that. This means this is buffer stop. This is end of game. This is end of considerations of laws. Supreme Court means it's a law. Whatever judges, whatever judgments are delivered by Supreme Court, being top constitutional court, its orders, its judgments are considered references, legal references, constitutional references to all other high courts of this country, and automatically those go down to all other subordinate courts. Case law, this is a definition of case law in our system, where there is no answer from ordinary laws, from ordinary statutes, from constitution to some person, that there's impact of rights and adverse impact of rights affected to that person. Person has been defected of his constitutional authorities and privileges. It is duty of constitutional court, is Supreme Court, High Court, that they have to provide remedy to that affected person. That is called constitutional law. Means whatever judgment comes, that becomes a case law, and this also has become a case law. This case started long back. We all know. Court has itself said, and I referred this Parliament Act of 1991 due to that reason only. Because this act mandates whatever status these buildings, these structures of worships enjoyed on 15th August 1947 must be regarded, honored in letters and spirit without any further consideration. This means these, even if these were illegals, even if these were invaded by someone else, whatever status these have, all buildings, whatever religion, have to be regarded as such, or else it's a violation of law with 3 years imprisonment. We have to salute that until this act stays there. We should not be misled by some political or non-political parties. Unfortunately, we are short of our knowledge in update of statutes. And I didn't know about this statute, but I respect now that people were not sleeping in those days. Narasimha Rao did not sleep, Congress did not sleep. Of course, Parliament was there, but opposition was not very strong in those days. And this was passed, and this is a positive sign that happened So we say Congress or BJP or they are all fighting and were fighting, but question is not that they were fighting. Question is that there was a hidden scene, hidden law, which I didn't know, and maybe most of you, many of you are aware of that. But this is a good sign for constructivity of future chart, future course of action that could be taken with. As we're thinking, if this case happens, this can lead to other structures. But 1991, this act bars our concept. That's a very good sign, very good development. That law is there. And if law is there, Supreme Court itself is bound by that law until that law is abrogated by Supreme Court or scrapped. 1991 law has great bearings, though it is only one page act. It has great bearing on these parties, and probably these parties, these VHP or BJP or whosoever, these right wings people, knew about that law, but they did not disclose this to public. And public is understood not to have knowledge of all laws. That is a problem. These people kept misleading whole public for decades, and Congress did not disseminate information to public. Both are responsible for this lapse. Congress, BJP, I consider them both brothers and sisters and sisters and brothers. If one is robber, one is stealer, one is thief. Well, I should just say that I don't trust these political parties because they just exploit people, exploit nation, exploit money, and exploit everything. They just have one destiny, and destiny is by hook or by crook. They should get your votes, my votes, and that's all. Well, the question is, why were BJP, VHP, and all others so inclined to win this case of Bari Masjid and Ram Janmabhoomi? Means it appeared as India will break, fall, sky will fall if this case doesn't come in their favor. I think they were aware of this Act 1991 because there is complete closure if this case is not won by them. I understand it now. They knew there is no room for them if this is not done, and that has come true. Supreme Court has crossed over limits, of course. This case was an appellate jurisdiction. This was not the original case. High Court had already adjudicated something on logical basis, and that was not upheld by Supreme Court. That was cancelled, you can say. That was thrown, trashed, and new ruling delivered. Considering many aspects of evidences, telling, announcing clearly that this judgment has been delivered with availability of and production of or examination of no evidence. Evidences, documentary status, documentary forms, or evidences based on circumstantial forms, or other evidences in whatever verbatim form or whatever form, have not been produced, have not been available. Whatever adjudications have been made on assumptions, presumptions, imaginations, hypothecations, and illogical references. Two parts of judgment, one is main judgment and other is a part of so-called addendum or supplementary. Both are clashing with each other. Though it has been done by Supreme Court, and law says Supreme Court adjudication cannot be challenged thoroughly. Yes, it can be criticized, it can be interpreted, it can be discussed, but five just benches means master of law. You can say inchallengeable orders, adjudications, and we salute that. Indeed, but salute doesn't mean we cannot speak against or we cannot criticize logically. It is right according to Constitution of our country that we can have our own interpretation on an individual basis, and that is what we are making. We are not slaves of Supreme Court, and we are not slaves of country. We are not slaves of law. We are intellectual people. We use our minds, and that is what Constitution requires. Article 51A states that you have to work scientifically. So if you study some judgment in systematic form, in logical form, it's called scientific system study. Scientific doesn't mean that it has to be physics, chemistry only. Scientific means a study which is logical, based on formula, based on certain system, and finding its error or evaluating what level of success that judgment says is also called scientific study. So we are making scientific study. Judges have done their job. Court has done its job. Parties have lost and parties have gained. But public is public. It's not question of this country only, because this is international level case. This everybody was waiting, all countries were waiting, and particularly those countries which are Islamic oriented countries. They have also a population of 1.2 billion people. It impacts upon them as well, because the question of faith, question of religion, what you are done, what we have disregarded that. I am talking based on no religion, based on nothing, but based on study of this case. Though I not full case judgment with me, yet whatever points, whatever news I am extracting from media, just interrelating those answers given by judges and what I understand. Maybe I am wrong, but it is my right to confer on those. I am an engineer, for your information, and engineer means scientific study. Engineer means analytical work. Engineer means power. Engineer means prosecution of jobs, activities. And engineer means quality check. Engineer means qualities management. Engineer means quality criteria. Engineer means system management. Engineer means technical work. And engineer means all other administrations. Engineer means that. In fact, engineer means change. When you say engineer is ingenious person. And when you are a genius person, you have to think change, you have to contemplate change, and you have to change. And you have to then see what you have to change. And after that, if change is not right, you have to make another change. You have to work on another change and keep on changing and changing and changing, or you make a modifying. So engineering itself means change or amendment or modification or reformation, leading to green work and then leading to brown work and then leading to destroying work or leading to reconstruction. All is engineering. It could be social engineering, it could be national engineering, it could be legal engineering, it could be meditation engineering, it could be physical engineering, it can be all civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and all IT and non-IT engineering. It's a long definition of engineering. Engineering means a change. So we have got a judgment as a part of legal engineering, which impacts political engineering, which impacts social engineering, it impacts our culture, it impacts our constitution, which impacts our schools of thought. We have to understand this very well. Whatever parties were involved in this case, it doesn't matter. Question was right or wrong. Simply, people used to claim politically that there was one structure that was called temple, Ram temple existed there. They demolished that one. Some king came and demolished that and constructed another structure called disputed structure of mosque. Okay? We have to consider first of all what he got by that. If it was a temple, you broke that down it and you made a mosque. Was it a destiny of a king? This case is in fact very extraordinary case because nothing is clear in this case. I'm not talking of judgment. I'm talking of history. Nothing is clear in this. Invaders are always there. People arrest other countries. This happened. History is like that. It happens. But we are talking of Ram. Ram means Vishnu. Incarnation of Vishnu is Ram. It's God's God, super God, universe's owner. Whole universe owned by Ram. Name is Ram. It could be Allah. It could be someone else. It's name. The power is same. Now, because of this case, these judges too were limited to their power of judiciary. They were not limited to power of history. They were not limited to power to research. This was not their field of nothing in their scope of field. The scope was limited to adjudicate whether or not this property belonged to either party. This was case. This means logically a title was to be decided which court did well. To an extent, proceedings of court were concerned. Who is owner of that? And court failed to find an owner. Whose owner? Because either they should document the evidence or should circumstantial evidence. None of that was produced and approved in court. Both parties failed. So how then court decided? This act also could not be used 1991 because in principle it can be used. In principle, which court did not use in principle. Had it been used in principle, there had been no such problem. It was not even taken care of. Well, I'm surprised to see logic behind if you take into consideration 1528 years to 1857 years, a period of 329 years, and a period of 329 years. If you don't know something what happened there in 329 years, you just see now. Everybody is not more than 70, 80, 90, 100. 329 years means 3 or 4 generations, 5, 6 generations. Not generations, you can say. Your lives, you take births. In 309, you may take 5 births, 3 births, 2 births. And in 329 years, rivers change its flow. How many seismics occurred? How many floods appeared? How many times thunderstorms appeared? And how many changes on geography, on levels of ground or sea? You have to take this technical, this physical, and realistic changes into your mind for 325, 29 years, now 1 year or 2 years. How many times you came to earth and left? You cannot even imagine. And when there is no such God, for those 3.29 centuries, how can you decide on that? How can you decide? That's a question. And this structure had been there for 5 centuries. For 5 centuries, structure was there. If I construct something today, as I told before, shall I go to 300 years old story? Or see what's there on 200 down? See, there is a change of stratigraphy. This change of strata in 300 is 300 layers can be added or can be eroded. Sand particles can flow, clay particles can flow with river, with flood. Area can be inundated. It can rise, it can fall, it can erode. Reverse sinusoidal cane, this curve, reverse flow in sinusoidal form, that can change. These are all scientific requirements. If just I sit here and imagine this place where I'm sitting, where it was 300, 400 years back, can I get an answer myself? I cannot get an answer. I cannot get something. But court did not consider that. It simply said there is no record available. And if there is no record available for 329 years, and you are going to rely on that for deciding something, how far, what degree of power of, you can say, logical consideration it have? Is your study scientific? Is your consideration scientific? That is to be understood. It is clearly said that 1857 onwards, when we are freedom struggle starting, 1857 onwards, there were offerings of namaz. It is evident. Even if you take from 1857 to now, it's around more than 1.5 century. Is 1.5 century not adequate to decide upon? Is it that? When you are independent, you are this Act of 1991, protection of religious structures, mandate that assume 15th August 1947 as a data line. If that mandates it, does that principle not apply on this? Should this not be applied? You should have taken into consideration this date onwards, which could be more logical. If you go into research history, that somebody traveled in 1500, somebody traveled 1600, outside country persons like Australian or someone else, does that satisfy us? Those people used to write books, when books are imaginary also. What I understand from one observation, one side, someone else, the writer would understand nothing. I can see a building here, someone says there's a sun. I can see, someone says there's a mountain. So every writer has different philosophy, different concept of writing. So can we depend upon that writing? There were some temple, people worshipping. There were no namaz. If somebody writes that 5-6 year under means in 1528 somebody writes that, or 1600 somebody writes that, shall I rely upon that to decide some judgment, to decide some case? This raises a big question mark. This is all imagination. Question is, court itself has said that there's no evidence, there's no proof regarding demolition of existing structure before construction of this structure. And there is no such proof. And there can't be, because 1528, if you go that time, today is 2019, approximately 500 years. How can you bring that proof into that? I don't understand logic of going into deep study of that time when there's nothing. It's a jungle, it's a forest, mountain area or plain area. I'm not finding anything here except grass or plants or something. Right? How can you decide upon that? Some structure is there, not there. It's a dense forest maybe. It could be something else at that time. Who knows? How can you say? Oh, somebody saw that, somebody wrote that, somebody observed that. Is that right to take into consideration? And if you take that into consideration even, is it reliable? Again, I'm saying reliable. And constant and coefficient of reliability is very important. And reliability is not simply saying reliable. Reliable, if you say there is any properties in reliability, whatever you consider should be safe. It should not impact other one. Whatever you consider should be have weight. It should have some length. It should have some dimension. Some, you can say, long distance travel. That is not existing here. If you rely upon something, well, here are two parties. One is so-called Hindu and other so-called Muslim. Two parties are there. You have to judge which one is that. Have you judged well as a bench I am asking? Did you do rightly, or you were just inclined to decide, come, but maybe I could decide in this favor or in that favor? Then is it called justice system, or it is called favoring system? Supreme Court is an only court which cannot be challenged. Top court, supreme legal power. With power above that lies no legal power. Only Parliament. Only Parliament can change SC's decisions. No other. I'm not considering Parliament in this case. Why should Parliament care of this? Public case it is. We had to just consider rights of two individuals. Individual means two parties. One says it's my land and other person says my land. And both persons are unable to prove whose land is this, either in documentary form or in some other form. None can prove. It's more than 500 years old structure. Those people who build it or those people who use it are not available. Documentation was not done in those days, or even if it was done, it's destroyed probably. British were not there in those days. Mughals were there, or maybe someone else. There is nothing as such on record. How to prove that? What solution court has given? Was it on duty of court to provide such a system that in such situation what should be done? Court did not provide any answer to that. It is duty of court to ensure if some difficulty arises in cases, how to find solution to that, how to propose that. That's also duty of court. That in future, if something happens, it is solution or do further research on this case. It's also important. Court relied on archaeological survey of this country, which also did not give any reliable report. A report which could not be relied upon. They submitted certain facts, certain imaginations, but no guaranteed report, no report that can mandate, that can ensure that this is that. This is the answer. No such report that also came, because that is also in ordinary department, but government department, statutory department, that is different. So court had to rely to that extent. We cannot challenge it, we cannot condemn it. Fine, don't condemn it. But it did not tell anything that there was a temple. So that person who constructed this building there, whoever was, I don't name that. What was that person's fault? If there was nothing existing at that time when this building was constructed, there could be something below for that person. If something was below, some structure was below before, hundreds of years before, why should that person go into that detail? Until it is known for that person who is constructing, who started construction of the structure. This land is assumed to be vacant. It is a heap of sand, or the grass, or plants, and maybe half kilometer down or 200 meters down, there is something before, there was something before. It's not my job to look at that until I have certain reliable information. I need to record that. Why should I go that way? There can be anything below 500 years back. You will go 500 meter excavation or 1 kilometer excavation. What shall you do? It's not done anywhere in the world. It was not an archaeological site, and there was no archaeological department at the time. So why should that man be blamed for this? That man just made a building. That's all. He called it a mosque or no mosque, or even a temple. You can say it was a temple that time. But it was used by both parties. You are yourself saying that 1857 onwards, the evidence of namaz, evidence of Muslim prayer, and somebody saw that people were worshipping there 500 years before. Why you consider that? On what basis? Does our constitution mandate this? Your mind is mandating, and mind is not constitution. 1857, after that, it is prayer, and before that, Which prayer it is? Not clear. Just imagine 600 years before. What was lifestyle? There was no electricity. People used to maybe study on road. People maybe sitting outside with some diva. There's no candle that time as well. Maybe some diya type, some diya and put there and study. Maybe somebody put big diya and study at night and see what is, maybe studying Sanskrit or maybe studying something else or sitting with Ram Siya Ram Jaya Ram. Could be that. And that person came from abroad might understand is a prayer of Hindu religion. Would be. Should I accept that activity as a temple activity? I can sit somewhere and chant bhajans. I'm sitting his own road and walking. I'm chanting Gayatri mantra. Shall that place where I'm standing convert to mosque? No. You can do prayer, but everywhere is not mosque. If you people they read namaz on roads, road becomes a mosque. Never. Same thing. You just chant Gayatri mantra on footpath where I'm walking. That can become temple thing. Can never. No way. So is that if both parties claim that, and you yourself have said, judges, that when this building was constructed, there was no building existing and no building was demolished. So first challenge has gone that a temple was destroyed. That challenge does not exist. So this part of game is over. Means there was no violation in that time. I demolished it and constructed another one. This fake statement given by these political parties and religious PHP etc. does not stand any weight. Then you yourself said that in 1949 they illegally brought idols and installed there. So you said that is illegal. And you are also saying when it was demolished in 92 it was illegal. What is legal? Both were crimes. When idols were brought in were crime, when this building was demolished were crime. This means those persons who are now who are now defendants of defendants, I think, they themselves are criminals. Should, as a judge, I award them prize? I should award them. Okay, you did very good job. This is prize for you. Because you broke it, your honor of this. What sort of judgment is this? It was question of right. If I say it is my building, there is no evidence that this was another's building. It is my building. And I am claiming as a mosque means I claim there is no evidence that I am wrong. Other party is unable to prove that that's right. If you assume on something, forget that. So whose right is now legal? That person broke my house. That person, I came to court telling this person broke my home. And I want rebuild my home there. This person should rebuild that. You're saying, no, leave. Hold, gentlemen. This person broke your house. I agree. This person did something wrong, illegal. This person has made mistake. He has made an error. He is wrong. He is a criminal. But do one thing. Leave this person. You allow this person to take this area, take this land and enjoy. And you take some, we give this person other land, you take that one. Is this a justice system in our country? Are we having this type of justice system in this country? I'm astonished, believe me. I'm astonished. How can you decide? How can court decide if this is my property? If somebody else take that property and I have to take alternative property? This is not justice. This is not at all a justice point. It's not a justice statement. This is imagination. Your own right. Okay, we will do this. We will allow this criminal do whatever he wants to do, and we don't accept you. Is our justice system like that? Bharat justice system is that a criminal should be awarded. A criminal should be awarded. This case has brought this framework to our constitution to be added. A criminal can be awarded. New system has emerged, and a person who's aggrieved should be compensated somewhere else. Imagine laughing. I think it's a stunt. What was the requirement for court to do such? What was the requirement of court as such? Why court could think like that? Why court has not taken a strict decision, which a court should do? Okay, there should be options. None of you have proved that this is your property. So as a court, I say, I don't give you this property. So you have failed to prove. And if no party is available who can prove that this is property of that person, there's no one in this land, in this world, to claim that this property is owned by this man legally with proof. Then I hold this property and I give this property to public or to government. Finish. No title on this, no land is on this. No title of mosque, no title of temple, and no title of land use. This is a public property trusted with government. Government has to do according to public use, according to development of nation, what they want to do. They should have a decision. Both should suffer. Finish. There is no proof that what I claimed for. No coordinate was given that Bhagwan Ram was born there. Janam Bhumi is something else. It's land. Whole Bharat is Janam Bhumi of Ram. In fact, whole world is Janam Bhumi of Ram. Ram is not in one location. To be very frank, you think Ram was born at that place? On what basis you are saying that? Where is a child born? If you see in convention, a child born is family home or in hospital. In those days, maybe there were no hospitals for them. Must be in somewhere in some home or in mother's home. Either of two. Okay, Ram was son of a king. It's a kingdom at that time. So he must have been born in palace. So was that place a palace? Should not understand that. This means this was a fictitious case. This case should have been destroyed completely. A general, you go out, none of yours. Yes? It's not your land, leave it. Let public take care of this. This could be one option. Or if you feel that there is something, some indication is there that these both parties are owning this land, if you had such kind of concept, what should you have done? Okay, we suppose you both are partly owner of this. So you take this land half off. And if you want to negotiate together, you negotiate and come back. I'll allow this as such. This processor, they tried to do mediation, they failed. Okay, they failed. Then you had a choice. If you're a judge and you think that this person is right with a logic, with evidence. Now, what you considered? You thought based on imagination that Ram is not challenged, Ram Janam is not challenged. That is an imagination. What do you mean not challenged? They are challenging. They are challenging that this is not Ram's Janam Bhumi. That's why they came here. Why should they have come? Either you say they broke this temple and made it. You are not. You accepted that there was nothing as such. This means this party is genuine because they are claiming this is mosque. You give this mosque to them and finish the judgment. Why do you go to imagination that there was some worship, there is expected some worship? Why do you expect something without evidence? This means you did not apply principles of justice. You applied your own principles, which Constitution probably empowers you so to do. You did that. Means you just try to favor someone and disfavor someone else. That is not our Constitution. So this is what I'm saying. If this case would have been say reversed, if mosque was granted and this temple was not granted, what would have happened? What would have happened? Let's just imagine. My purpose of this expression is, this explanation is that if judiciary goes this way, if judiciary starts like this, there's no end. I am not concerned with faith. This was not faith issue. Hindus, Muslim, for me no difference. Because God is one. And in fact, Ram is very, very high profile name. A person of justice, a person of logic, a person of rationality, a person of positive and negative differentiation, a person who trusts truth, a person who can't tolerate injustice. We call Purushottam Ram, which is having quality of every plus and which condemns every minus. Such person you think shall accept such judgment just for temple? No. A person who can leave family just to keep words, just to keep promises, who can leave palace, who can leave kingdom, who can accept to live in forest for hills, and on certain statements by even by some person in society, as this king is not proved something, you can divorce your spouse, and that person shall accept this types of irrelevant judgment just in the name of faith. You are not saying it faith, the facts speak. Facts claim that just judgment has come only for faith reliance and not on logical reliance. So I am really surprised with this. How could our system gone down to so low? It should not have been like this, but it has gone down to so low. Unfortunately, being a citizen of this country, I had no such concept that our system can degrade to such level as it has happened today. Just see what's happening in Delhi. Advocates who are called court officers, high profile gazetted officers they are, gazetted authorities they are, vakils, court officers, police, public officers. They are fighting like animals. They are fighting like animals on roads and streets. There is no difference between advocates and judges. One sits on bench and one sits on bar. And police, which is security of public, protector of public. And both are fighting like animals. No sense of education, no sense of responsibility, stone throwing, kindling, ablating. Is that job? Is that conduct? Is that ethic applied in this country? What has happened in this country? If students does that, students do that, college students, school students, or some hooligans in society, they do that, I agree. But court officers, public officers, police, they are doing all this. Where are we moving towards? Which is our manjil? Which is our destiny? I don't understand. Highest class educated people who attributed their all life during freedom struggle. Gandhi was barrister, Patel was barrister advocate, Jawaharlal Nehru was advocate, and there were many, many advocates who contributed for freedom of this country. They are high profile people. And you see their conduct now in 2019. Where have you gone down? And what sort of judges shall come out of these people? Just imagine. These advocates only are appointed judges. These lawyers, advocates have gone down to such gunda level, such anti-social element level, and these police, where they have gone to? Both are in this way. Both are criminals. Both professions have been criminalized. Police has been criminalized and advocates have been criminalized. This means indirectly judiciary has been criminalized. Because these constitute judiciaries, one side is judiciary, one side is public bar. Where are we going to? Our constitution has gone down to such level that we have to have such kind of professionals in our society. So what shall be future of this country? Is there someone to think about that? No one to think about that. Why? What is our government doing? What is our judiciary is doing? In these two cases, we are talking about Ram Janambhoomi, this and that. Is this not another kind of Ram Janambhoomi? There is no one to concern, set ablaze, stone throw, kill someone. It's another kind of mob lynching. Is it systematic or it is a jungle Raj? Directly advocates are found. It's a very strange. Either they are not advocates, they have fake certificates, they are imposters. And if they are imposters, even if they are advocates, what is our Supreme Court doing? What is our High Court doing? Is it not their responsibility to check all this? Whose responsibility is this? Shall I go and check it? I'll be lynched. I'll be lynched in that case. Is it not strange for you to know it? Why it's happening? Our system is falling, it's crippling, it's breaking, and we are silently saluting it. We are not serious about that, which is the reason I used to call every day. We are a sleeping society, but this is society sleeping as well as deteriorating whole. Is it breaking everything? We are breaking ourselves. Self-destructive are we? We are immolating ourselves, our nation, our properties, our ethics, everything. Police and lawyers are very related to each other because one has to accept right or wrong and one has to correct it, to check it. Police's duty is to check, and lawyer's duty is to support court and also to help public prosecute criminals. Where are we then? We have reached this level just in 70 years of independence. Shame onto us. Just 70 years. And we are talking of highest achievement. We are talking we'll be Vishwaguru and we shall be superpower. We compare to US, we compare to others. Where's the law? This is no law here. They say there's no law. Of course there is no law. If you're not operating that way. You are not doing justice rightly. You are not doing law and order maintenance. You are not caring about public. Public is not caring about yourself. Public is also accepting everything. Public says, what can I do? Why should I worry? Lawyers are fighting. People are being killed. Mobbing is ongoing. There's no law order. And yes, why should I do? Why should I worry? Means you worry only when you are beaten. Otherwise not, right? Very, very, you can say, shameful state of our nation. I'm not talking of politics at this stage, because politics is also a septic tank. Do you know what is septic tank? What is sewage? Politics has become a sewage liquid. Sewage means sewerage, and in sewerage system in manhole and pipeline, which liquid flows, is called sewage. And that sewage is politics has become, and until sewage is, you can say, settled in form of sludge and treat it further, it's of no use. There is no effluent water from the air, there is no solid sludge from the air. Our politics is so dirty. So even if you think to talk of this politician, you feel, you feel insulted and you feel crazy about whom I am talking, why I'm wasting my time. This side politician or that side politician, for me, all are same, and they are responsible to get this situation. We have leaders who have no knowledge. We have leaders who are not professionals. Those who are professionals, they are not leaders, and those are leaders, those leaders are not professionals, unfortunately. A person who is not even having high school certificate, he is leading our nation. He is prime minister of this country, who is not proven that he has passed even a degree, single degree. And we are led by that person, and we are very proudly accepting that. All those scholars have accepted that person who knows nothing or facts except to talk, talk, and talk. This is fact now. It's not criticism. I'm telling you what is happening. We have, if you keep leader like that, what shall happen? It's clear. A person should be responsible, but we don't have. And we have no arrangement as such because our constitution is silent on that. But constitution is silent, of course, but it does not refuse anything. Our constitution does not bar us. We have to take both aspects into our consideration. Yes, there is no mandate that some person should be qualified. There's no mandate. But there's no mandate also that you're barred. Constitution has not barred us. It's our choice. Our choice how to arrange it, how to make it. But we are not serious about that. So there is a collapse of judicial system, there's a collapse of executive system, and there's a collapse of legislative system. You can see in legislature, the state of legislature, and main legislature is Lok Sabha, House of our representatives, where already 45% criminals are occupying these constitutional positions, and that is a big shame on us. Judiciary is doing whatever they want to do, executive is doing whatever they want to do, and legislature is doing nothing in fact, to my knowledge. They are just sitting for sake of sitting. So this country is moving or sitting or sleeping, you can yourself judge. An example to judge is also from Kashmir, J&K. We may be feeling happy, we may be enjoying, a solution has been reached, or we have done it, but that is our grace. That is, you can say, a mad celebration. A celebration which cannot be quantified, which can be available. There's no quality in that celebration, just a fictitious celebration to harass someone. You kill someone and then celebrate. You torture someone and celebrate. If you call that celebration, your celebration, you can say, definition is entirely different. You are killing someone. Your approach is wrong. You are inhuman. If you do something, it's now 97 days of JNK. We are not concerned. They are not concerned at all. I'm not concerned. Why should I concern? Let them die. Let them suffer. Means 97 days of torture on those people. And you expect that they be continued tortured so that you just leave this place entirely. This is basic mind of our government and our people, that we do not consider them human. We consider them rats, animals. These circumstances are claiming that we are considering them inhuman. They're not human beings. And this is our Supreme Court, which is silent on that. This is our Parliament, which is silent on that. This is our 130 crore people, which are silent on that. I don't understand what sort of country we have become. What sort of people we have become. Are we really people? We have to ensure, we have to check with examine again. How could we change to that level? What's the difference between liberated Bharat and slave Bharat? What is the difference? We are becoming black English. What British used to do, we are doing. That's all. And we have no shame at all. No shame. What is your shame? We are enjoying that. Oh, we are doing this. They did this, so we did this. If they did this, you did that. Are you a country? Or a zoo? Are you a lunatic asylum? I think whole country has turned a lunatic asylum. Pagal Khana. We see somebody dying, die. We just being torture. We don't act, we don't speak, we don't fight. I don't know why we got this independence, believe me. I'm not understanding today. Why Gandhi did, why Subhash did, why all those freedom fighters did for this nation. They did not foresee what people will get in future. Even a person suffers in our system should not suffer. Who is responsible for suffering? But here, 1 crore people are suffering. And we are sitting enjoying, oh, good, he is doing good because they did this. This is not humanity. You have no level of maturity. No level. Forget government. I don't consider this government as real government. This is a useless, hopeless, helpless, and logicless government, which has damaged our international reputation. A country of standards, a country of culture, a country of religious people, a country of you hospitalized hospital society, you can say, who can best hospitalize service, who has best affinity towards hospitality. That society is changing to this level that you are accepting killing by government of these people. You are doing this cruelty towards the society. How can you say you are a nation? You are not a nation now. Just like I consider Israel not a nation. Tormenting nation it is. It's a nation that every day kills children, that every day kills women, that every day kills seniors and veterans who just feel happy they shoot someone. Every day they shoot Philistine. Every day they do a crime. They plan new projects which engross laws. They just do everything which torture those people. Are we turning to that level? Are we going to such direction? For that we got this freedom. For we got this constitution for that one. Should we not check all that? Is Prime Minister honor of this country or public is honor? Why we trust so much on these politicians who are only living for themselves? Only for themselves, on the public? No care for public, for no worries. Just they want to do this and this should happen. So that impact has also gone to judiciary. War advocates, shame onto these advocates and shame onto this police who never ever care for people, who never care for poor, who try to get money from public, who try to loot public directly or indirectly, torture public, threaten public, scare public. And these advocates always interested in dates, never interested in judgments. And those advocates also come from this strength. So same kind of element is in judiciary as is advocate. Advocate in our country means something else, not real advocate. These people are detractors of law. These people are seller of law. These people are negotiator of law. These people can do whatever for them is better. They can be full clients. They can be full aggrieved party. They can do whatever they want. Their shop should move. They don't feel happy if case decided in 1 month or 2 months. It's against their interest. It's against their respect. Because I have seen Judas, I have seen these advocates in my life long back. I had some cases. I know what sort of people they are. Education is very good. Indeed, now education is not bad. It's very cumbersome education. It is very complicated as well as it is very standard education. It teaches a lot and everybody cannot pass that. Law is endless. But human should be human. Lawyer means a responsible person, a responsible society man, a man who talks maturity, who teaches people about law. But here is happening unimaginable. Only country in the world at this stage, only country in the world where people like lawyers, like advocates, like barristers and solicitors are acting this way. What message we are giving to our country, other states, and messages we are giving to whole world that we live like this. We are laughing people. We are Gunde people. All we have these characters in this country, and this is our standard how we live. This means we have not understood meaning of freedom because we got freedom when we were born. We did not struggle for freedom. Those who struggled for freedom have left this world. We therefore do not value that. We do not know what were struggles caused to those people who fought for us for decades. We don't value that. What is called is if you have something in your hand, if you have something in your pocket, you don't value that. When that goes off you, when there's left, you understand I had and lost. Same thing is happening with us. We are born post-independence era. We don't know how those people suffered in those days, or what kind of atrocities were done on them. We don't have that value. So, how this constitution was framed, we don't have that realistic understanding. We just say, okay, this constitution, what I do with that? But we forget that that constitution is our director. That's our political system, constitutional system, social system, legal system. Everything is there. We don't understand, we don't know that, we don't value that. Just debates for nothing, arguments for nothing, shying, crying, and becoming more and more religious every day. Surprised. Really? What is ruling this country? I don't know. There's a government for namesake, there's executive for namesake, there's legislature for namesake, and there's judicial system for namesake, and press and media don't exist in reality. They are all advertisement bodies, nothing else, publicity bodies. Journalists are no journalists these days, no use of mind, no use of analysis, not telling public. Journalists' duties to teach public as well. They are not teaching. If lawyers cannot teach, why should journalists teach? 70% were advocates or lawyers during independence from our country. Others were there. We have 70% lawyers and they contributed to this country for independence, for institution of constitution. They did that. What we did. We have money, we are spending that. When your father gives you money, you spend that. That's your job. After that, you demand more money. But you never say where I can get this money from myself. Same thing is our status. Whatever you got from our forefathers, we are destroying that. What a good people. What a good son, a good daughter we are. I am a good son because I am spending my father's money. I am not spending your father's money. It's my right. I am spending. You can spend your right. Your right. You use your right. But first get right. Try to get right. Try to get money and then spend. You see what you have to do. You go to market. Oh, there's no job. What can I do? Yes, you're right. There's no job. You cannot do anything. But your father did. Did you ever think? Your father in those days, when there was no schools, there was no colleges, there's no universities, no engineering education, no physical education, no medical education. Education lawyers also existed in England. Imagine those days, the hospitals, no roads, no railways, no electric, nothing, no television, no radio. Just imagine those days when your father was there, here you are not there. What a level of entertainment your father had, what level of hard work they applied. Can you imagine that? It's a farming community, agriculturist community. You are born of agriculturist community. You must be proud of that. But you are not proud of that. Oh, I am you are a mobile born. You are a telephone born. You are a TV born. You have every facility. You are a car born. You are a helicopter born. You are flight born. You have every facility. Yet you are so intelligent. My father wasn't. Your father was more intelligent because they valued time. They have no watches. They use sunflower as time. Have you ever done that? You need every facility. Oh, I can't live without the internet. I can't even provide. I can't. I have no why. I cannot talk. Your life has converted to talking, not doing. If there is no AC, you shiver. Light has gone. I have what to do. You are not used to changes. Your father was. Your father used to changes. Your father used to sacrifices. Your mother was same. Your father was struggler. Your mother was same. But you are not a struggler. You can't struggle. You can't walk. You can't go to school by walking. You need a cycle or a motorcycle or a car or a bus. You are going to do a big job. You are going to do study. Yes, you are going to do study. And without your study, nation stops, If you don't study, nation will stop. But what you are going to study? Are you going to do agriculture engineering? Are you going to work in fields? Are you going to work on construction? What you are going to do? You are going to be an IAS officer. You are going to be an engineer in IT. You are going to become, where you find comfort. And if you don't find anything here, you go to US or you go to Canada. That is your struggle. Good struggle. You will certainly move this country forward. This is what price you have to pay. Only 70 years. Only, not 700 years since you got independence. They are not valuing that. Your father or grandfather were involved in this. You are just nothing. You are enjoying their hard work. You will not value that. That is why change is important. If you are not responsible people, you are destroying whatever you have. You are not responsible. You have to learn what is the responsibility. That is the result. Because you are responsible. Such political leaders, such rubbish political leaders from all parties, I am saying, even from Congress. Yes, Congress is struggle to get freedom. Jawaharlal Congress, Gandhi Congress, Subhash was also Congress. Congress or communist, same for me. No difference in those days, communist and Congress. Bhagat Singh was communist. All those were communist. No RSS, no BJP. Exclusion. What shall you understand freedom? What about freedom? From whom freedom? These British people used to beat with sticks. They used to lay on ice, lay on ice. You know what is atrocity? You don't do anything. But you want everything. Let air go to hell. If you pollute you don't worry. Yes, you have done it. Achieved already. In 70 years you spoiled air. And you are complaining also, same thing. Why it is polluted? You are complaining and you polluted it. You are responsible for that and you are complaining that. I don't understand. You are using 35 crore vehicle every day in this country. You are using 20 crore air conditioning in summer. You are using all facilities. You are using air conditioning tracks, air conditioning railways, air conditioning offices, air conditioning factories, and you are complaining about pollution. Supreme Court is sitting in AC and they are complaining about pollution. Supreme Court people are using AC cars, the AC homes, and they are complaining pollution. Strange. You are responsible and you are complaining. To whom you are complaining? You all are responsible. And we are complaining. I have no right to complain if I do it. I am taking my kid by car to school, jamming traffic, jamming school parking, and I am complaining pollution. Strange. We are a spoiler and we are thinking why it has been spoiled. What is definition of foolishness? There is no definition of foolishness. This is what I am saying. Everything is collapsing. Everything day by day is collapsing. We cannot handle anything ourselves because we are not dedicated to society. We are not devoted to ourselves. We do not respect ourselves. We do not respect our constitution. We do not respect our institutions. We do not respect this nation. We do not respect ourselves even. What for these degrees are? If these degrees, whatever field you have got education from, if you cannot use your mind, this silicon chips, this biggest silicon chips, if I cannot use this, what for my studies? What for my knowledge is? Just to shout, just to slogan, that's it. One should be intelligent. And intelligence doesn't come from here, from my clothes. It doesn't come from my facilities. It doesn't come from my money. It comes from this use. It is a burner. It is a cooler. It's air conditioner. It is a river. It is a sea. It's God's home. It's knowledge home. No, we won't do that. We won't analyze anything. We do not analyze. Okay, this is done, finished. I don't think. Why should I think? Yes, you will not think. So your teacher did not beat you here. Your young failed in mathematics, your people did not bring a stick and hang here like that. I am paying you, teacher. Why you are beating me? Because teachers' complaint will be generated. So, this we are not human being. We are human being. We want good future without doing work. We want every award without doing anything. Learn from Ram. You cannot even learn from Ram for whom you are fighting. Oh, this is Ram's home. This is Ram's Jarman. We want temples. You cannot learn from Ram even. Why did Ram say he wanted a temple? When Ram was asked by Lakshman, what is future? What is bhagya? What is luck? What did Ram tell him? Do you know that? Ram told him, there is no luck. There is no future. It is today what you are doing. What you are doing today, that makes your tomorrow. And what you did yesterday, you have to learn from that. That is your teacher. Learn from that, where did you mistake, and correct that. And what you do today, that tells you what is tomorrow. So there is no luck, there is no fortune. Forget Lakshman. And Lakshman also asked, people call you God. Are you God? He asked that. What Ram said, do you know that? Ram said, yes, I am God. Inside me is God. But it also inside you. It's also inside you. If there is God in me, it's also in you. Why are you asking me this? Lakshman did not have any answer. So why don't you learn from Ram? When you're respecting Ram, you're fighting case against Muslims. Ram is also for Muslims, don't forget. Ram is not for you alone. Ram never declared that I am for you. Ram declared God is for everybody because he said it is in me. When it is in Ram, there is God, it is in you also. Do you understand that? You are calling yourself Hindu, this and that, but you don't know basic philosophy what Hindu is. There's no Hindu, forget this. Hindu is no religion. Understand this. Dharma is religion according to Krishna and Ram. You don't understand that. Because you consider Hindu, you all is Hindustan. Why don't you call it Bharatestan, Bharatvarsh, which is real one, which is in your documents? Yada yada hi dharmasya ganadevati Bharat. Isn't there a lot? Jan Gan Man Adhinayaka Jagah Bharat Bhagya Vidata. Not Hindustan Bhagya Vidata, not India Bhagya Vidata, Bharat Bhagya Vidata. Two places in your national anthem, this is there. Bharat Bhagya Vidata. And another place also go, you'll find two places it is there. There's no Hindustan in that place. There's no India in that place. And this world itself is Bharat. Because God, Ram, or Krishna would not come only for Tamil Nadu or Kerala to Kanyakumari. When it comes, then God comes for the whole world. So whole world was Bharat. Try to understand. Prithvi is called Bharat. Prithvi, Earth, that is Bharat. Of course, later on it squeezed. You can claim whole world is yours. Go and fight cases in every country. It was part of this world. It was Ram's area. We forgive you back. Can you get that? No. Today, whatever is there, it belongs to that person. It belongs to that country. Vasudev Kutim, it means everybody is yours. There is no meaning of explaining this. You yourself accept Vasudev. Vasudev is God. Everybody belongs to God, which is fact in every religion. So why are you creating all these problems for you? America is using God's property, you are using God's property, I am using God's property, every country is using God's property. So where is the difference? Why you are fighting for nothing? Why are you wasting time on this small issue of a one building? You think Ram stays there? Do you think that? You are not understanding what your faith. Your mind is very narrow mind. A power that is responsible for whole universes, all universes, billions of universes. That power is responsible for that. And you want to keep him in this small building. Do you have capacity to make building for that power? Somebody said, oh, we authorized Ram. What nonsense. You are authorizing Ram? You are that big power in this world. You can authorize Ram, or you can authorize Allah, or you can authorize Guru Nanak, or you can authorize some such high dignity, spiritual dignity. You can authorize them. What's your thought level? Are you really broken pieces of gold? What you are? No thinking power here. God expects you to decide for him. Think so. Be kind to God, that God give you an opportunity to adjudicate this matter, to get something for you, but it is all imaginary. God is not going to stay there. It's all your happiness, only your happiness. When people go and say, I go to God for this bhog, they take some food and say, God take it. Does God take it? This is your expression only, that you are satisfied yourself. Your expression. So for that you are feeling happy. Feel happy, no problem. But don't kill other one. If you are giving food to God as bhog, don't kill Muslim. Muslim is not your enemy. This is your opinion, your thought, your school of crushed, you can say, septic idea. That is enemy. Muslim is like you, what's difference? Christian is like you, what's difference? You are not allowing their rights, that's your problem, your crime. I will say everybody who's torturing someone else is criminal. No difference, consider that way. And that is secularism. Everybody has every right. Secularism is something different, and you cannot, even if you make this country Hindu country, it doesn't make a difference for me. Because Hindu has nothing to do in this world. There's no religion which is Hindu. No religion. I don't call myself Hindu. I respect Dharma. I respect all other religions because they have some origin, but not original. See, there's a difference. Origin and original are different. Islam has some origin, and you can say Christianity has some origin, and you can say Buddha has some origin. They started from somewhere as a part of Dharma, not an independent one. But Dharma is original, from where is unknown. Dharma is right is Dharma, wrong is adharma. That's it, nothing else. There's no other entity. We are, when did Ram say, you are Hindu? When did Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma say you are Hindu? Do you have any basis for that? Can you tell me where it is? Where is the reference line that you are that? There's no reference line. You know why you are unnecessarily jumping in that? wasting your time of life only in these useless debates. Serve human, that's enough. Serve animals, that's enough. Serving humanity, serving creatures who are helpless. Suppose a pigeon, a crow, a cow, a buffalo, they cannot earn money themselves. They are not equipped with that power. They can deliver their natural products, but they cannot earn money themselves. So human is required to help them. That's what should be, that is dharma. Because a dog cannot earn money and eat, though it's a dog, it's an animal, but it also needs food. So that is what is required. Not that go to temple and just chant and chant and this is your choice. You are happy, go, no problem. But that is not requirement of dharma. It's not a requirement of dharma. It's something else. Well, I'm just going to dharma, and this is not my topic actually. My topic is of national and international issues. And national issue, which I, as explained to currently, I'm not talking about politics, which government is found, let that go. I'm also to decide questions where human is involved, human is tortured, and that is because of Muslim Mandir issue and Jammu and Kashmir issue. And we are just keeping it beyond our consideration because we think it's no issue. And that is very dangerous situation we are calling ourselves. We are pulling ourselves into very, very unexpected and risky situation now. It's 97 days of elapsed. 97 days, you think in modern days, like 2019 years, it's not a small period. And say 100 days, you may say after 2 or 3 days. You have kept people abducted, suppressed, oppressed for 90, 100 days, and you're not serious about that. I'm sorry, 130 crore people are not taking it seriously. This is very dangerous for the future. Very dangerous. I don't know why it's happening. People are not shouting against government. People are not raising their voice. It's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. We are not learning from other world people. We are not learning at all. Take take issue of Lebanon. You know Lebanon or don't know Lebanon? I don't know. It's very small country. Very, very small country. It's Beirut, hill station, located somewhere in Middle East and North Africa. They have no money now. Go to see their students, how they are fighting. PM has resigned, but no new government because their constitution is like different. But see how it's happening. I worked with many Lebanese. I know them in my career. Of course, very good people. Christians, English Christians, and other Christians, French people, they have education like that. But see status, but they are not sitting. They are not sitting, they are not sleeping. They know they are not very rich. They need help from Gulf. They need help somewhere else. But they are shouting for their rights. They know money is not with them, but life is with them. And if you go to Libya, see what's happening there. They are fighting for themselves. In Libya, I know Libya of 1884, what Libya was. And they have destroyed it themselves. It's you are going to destroy your country yourself because of some reason. It's not because of their reason, because of America was involved. Gaddafi, very great person. But America destroyed him. Same thing. Iraq, what's happening in Iraq, you can say? You know what's happening? Demonstration every day, people are killed every day. Because when war started, it deteriorated. Means I am just telling how countries are falling because of these super people, because they want to use them. America wanted to use them. Now French is entering in Libya unnecessarily. Russia is entering. They are just supporting someone else. There are people who want to create some situations where you have to buy something from them. America, you see, America, France, Russia, they are interfering in Libya. Why you are interfering? You are becoming arbitrator without any person appointed you. You are just poking your nose because it's oil. Everybody wants to eat it. Everybody wants to steal it. They stole oil from Iraq. They stole oil from in Libya more than Iraq it has. They don't Syria. You can say what they have done in Syria. These are all Middle East countries. US interfere in Venezuela itself. Here there's Venezuela, there's China, and there's Russia. Again, means they want to do something. They want to. It's oil country. Venezuela is also oil country. They want to enjoy that wealth. They want to interfere in Iran. Again, it's oil country. They want to eat its wealth. Then we have to see how people can exploit other countries, and they want to exploit us also. If we don't have oil, we have something else. Everybody wants that. Means you don't have your own, you try to take it from someone else free of cost. And Hong Kong, recently left colony by British, a part of China, and you know what is happening every day. Yemen is nearly over, but still they are fighting. Where are we standing? Palestine is 7 decades old problem. Still they are going on. And this wave of hate is entering our country. It is starting entering in, and we are responsible for that. We have to take all these points into consideration, how these big world people trying to re-economize themselves because they have lost. If suppose wars stop in this world, these war sailors, these war negotiators, war commercial people like America, like France, like Russia, they cannot survive. If they cannot survive, they will certainly become robbers of your property. They are going to that direction. If today you solve Kashmir, for example, let us assume you solve Kashmir. Then what's left between you and Pakistan? Is there something left? Is there amity? No amity. So you will stop buying weapons. And that's what they want. Don't stop buying weapons. Go for it. Neither Pakistan is strong in economy, and we are worsened now ourselves. We have worsened to negative. We are neither, both of us, in a potential state that we can afford wars. But we are going into that direction because our stupid politicians. I am openly calling them stupid because they deserve this. They are not serving us, they are deserving us. They are killing us, we can say. They are not serving us. And we are accepting them. I don't understand what's the reason behind that. As a citizen, I till now, till today, could not understand why actually we respect these politicians. If you understand, you can. I, as intellectual, I, as an analyzer, I, as a human being, I have failed in understanding why do we people in this country regard these criminals. They are criminals. They are criminals. There's no crime they have not done. They can kill people, they can steal your money, they can cheat you, they can lie, they can mislead you. All parties, not one, all. Only they want your money, and that money is your vote. You vote them, that's it. After that, we don't know who we are. Here only target is bird's eye, and that is vote. You vote, and that's it. If you accept this state, it's up to you. I condemn it. I actually, if you ask me, I have started hating these political parties because they are criminals. I am appointing them and they are killing me. I am putting them in power and they are stealing my money. They are putting action on me. I am giving them vote and they are stopping my speech. They are stopping my writing. So why should I worry about them? Means I am a tool they are using. That's all. You are a tool voter just considering election time as a festival. Vote me and then let me enjoy 5 years and you die for 5 years. Again I come, you wake up and vote me and then die for 5 years. This is status of politics, live politics in this country. Did we expect this type of state in 1947 and before that, between 1947 and 1857? I don't know. We have to involve ourselves in fighting, Indo-Muslim Sikh high fighting, caste fighting, Brahmin sugar fighting. We have to keep busy in this. For them, it is good. Their development is this. If you keep developing their power, their office, their party, that's fine. Otherwise, you are anti-national. Yes, I am anti-national. No problem. I am anti-national. Finish. I prefer that to be called anti-national. But you are criminal, I would say. I will not stop calling you that you're not criminal. Not only you're criminal, you're criminalized whole system. You're a criminalized judiciary. You're a criminalized bar. You're a criminalized police. You're a criminalized business. You're a criminalized this air. You have criminalized every item in this country. I am living for your clothes wearing, for your international tours, for your good food, for your health, for your caravan cars. Am I earning for that? Or I am earning for my family or for my nation or for my security forces at the border? For what I am earning? For your luxury? You are hell in this heaven of Bharat, really. Politics is hell in this Bharat, which is a heaven. You have killed hell, Kashmir, physical hell on the earth. You have killed that one, you have destroyed that one. You have destroyed that 10,000 crore fruits. You have destroyed those jobs, 50,000 jobs. You have destroyed that because of your ego, because of your Hindu vote in other states. Just for votes you did it, for not humanity, for not this nation. You don't even know meaning of shame. You politicians, Congress and BJP and all in same ceiling, same boat, no difference. Nobody is frankly speaking. Congress, which is freedom leader, which is responsible for all struggles, is acting as theater. They are not opening up. They are not speaking against government. Nonsense. Salute to TN session. Believe me, left yesterday for his permanent home. Great leader, great politician. Yeah, I'm a calling politician, though he was not politician, but he taught lesson to politicians. He used to eat politicians with breakfast. He said, such type of election commissioner. This election commissioner is not even sure for that. You see that. TN session, a scaring name, a threatening name for politicians. He taught what is election commission. He taught what is constitution. He used to say, government, get lost. Your government, you're not my boss. You're not my government. I am my government. I am a constitutional person. I am independent authority, get lost of you. He didn't secure himself, he didn't fight himself. Because he was an intellectual. He was a powerful person. He knew what is right. We don't know what is right. This Aurora, present CEC, what is it? What is its exhibition? What is value? Nothing. Keeping mustache is not enough. You have to value mustache. What's the use of you people? Just if you have to support Modi all time, what Modi says you do it, what Supreme Court Modi says you do it. It's Modi's Supreme Court now, it's not Supreme Court. It did not take up EVM issue, it did not take up Kashmir issue, it did not do correct, it did not do justice to temple issue, temple mosque issue, or what you are. I don't understand. Where do we stand? I don't know what to do. 134 people are no more people. They are garbage. They are material only, nothing. Just speaking, doing nothing. Everybody is enjoying. I don't find even 1% people in this country who are serious. 1% means 1.3 crore people. Do you think there are so many serious people in this country? Teachers are not serious, professors are not serious, scientists are not serious, engineers are not serious. Engineers I blame exclusively because I'm an engineer. I blame all engineers, all branches in this country. They're just living for themselves, not for this nation. Because this is only community that change. Engineer means change. Engineer doesn't mean engineers. If you are genius, which is means engineers, from which engineer word came, means you are basically genius. Then you are engineer. You are more than scientist because scientist only does basic research. You do operational research. You apply something and then learn from that and then amend that and modify that. So you are a chain of research. You are not doing that. You accept bad quality, you accept bad safety, you accept all crimes, and crimes are happening because of you. So you are first responsible, not even in this country, in system itself. Again I say, engineer and doctor are two levels that run a country practically. If no engineer, no development. If no doctor, no health. All are followers. All are followers. Who are they? We don't learn anything in education. We just learn subjects. In fact, whatever we do, we just learn subjects. We don't learn methodology. We don't learn ethics. We don't learn responsibility. And we just get certification and I have passed. That's all. We don't learn how to apply that, how to take responsibility, how to understand responsibility, and how to understand nation, how to understand society. We don't learn that. That is the problem. Our learning is incomplete. When I cannot learn my country, what's the use of education? Tell me. If suppose I am working outside this country and I worked and I had to field questions from foreigners, I must have answer to that. Of course, I had personal interest in this. I used to answer them as if I slapped them. Used to answer them. But can everybody do that? When you are out, people shall try to teach you certain lesson because we were slaves. Still, some people in England consider that we are slaves. You know what they consider? I had many arguments with them. You ruled us, who are you to rule us? You see, you demanded us to rule. You requested us to rule you. You could not govern yourself. You asked us to govern you, and we provided that service. What's wrong with that? When you didn't like that, we came back. This is what they are taught. Is it true? 3,000 prisoners were released from there. 3,000 prisoners were exiled from England. Leave this country and go. You are not required here. And those prisoners reached to many countries and started to business. And when that king came to know about this in 1600 and before, oh, my people have wandered. They have done wonders outside, beyond seas. Issued Charter of 1600. They issued Charter of 1600. Read that charter. Royal Charter 1600, out of which came East India Company later on. It's the charter. Mercantile there, no problem. Go beyond sea, mercantile here, and wherever you find some problem with black and rules, make your own rules. So you regulate yourself. You are a businessman, you are a mercantile, you are a regulator, and this continued. And after this was issued East India Company Charter. And we accepted. We accepted that. We accepted this. And before that, we accepted the Mughals, came from other countries and started ruling us. And before that, we accepted these Aryans. If you go back, you'll find so many chain reactions where you were spoiled. These people came. I had one video was from Arabic person long back, very long video. And that was very brilliant one. He explained on that video what is Aryan. And DNA is telling same thing. Aryan. He says you combine Iraq, Iran, and find what's answer. So it's Iran, Iraq, if you combine that, it's Iran. The Aryan genet of that. This came from Iran, Iraq, Turkey, Afghanistan, etc. And from those people migrated to this country, and this country was full of Dravidians. They had war between Aryans and Dravidians, and Dravidians were pushed back to south, and they ruled this country north, this part north. They are Aryans, and they are now Pandits, Brahmins. I'm not blaming Pandit Brahman something. I'm just trying to say who want to rule this country. This country requires to be ruled by human beings, as citizens, not by castes. But what is happening is not for constitution, it's happening for creation. Constitution is speaking something, it's given by intellectual people, it should apply, but it's not happening. It's happening. Preambles are disregarded practically. Virtually, it's okay, they are preambles. How many people do we understand what is preambles? How many of you do understand what preambles? Have you ever analyzed them? Have you ever gone into in-depth study of our constitution preambles? And until we cannot understand preambles of our constitution, we cannot understand this constitution. And unfortunately it is that our bar and our bench, they have also not understood. Because education is not required for understanding, clear conception is required for understanding. No need of being an advocate or being a judge to understand that. A common citizen is more intelligent to understand this, because when as advocate or a judge you try to understand, you will bring many points at the same time and not able to analyze. But when you're a citizen, because you have free mind, you can bring every point into your mind and understand that, and then generate law, then generate applications. But we cannot do that, and we will not do that. We are not interested at all. We don't find any interest in that, and that is debacle. That is a defeat of ourselves, self-defeat. We have defeated our system self. No one came from overseas to defeat us, and they are happy you are defeating yourself. See what's happening. If you go to near Gulf countries, GCC, they were very backward countries one time. It's not much. If you go just 2, 3 decades, 4 decades back, they were not advancing except in money and oil. But now you see they are better than you. First of all, they did not steal their money. They used their money for the public. If we had that money, we have gone, many more Nirav and many more Modis and many more would have been would have taken birth and run away with all that money. But they did not do that. And still, they know that they are exhausted. They have not that reservation of oil. No more reservoirs are available. Iran those are part of GCC. We have discussed some more. But they are diverting systematically. They think that if they convert to tourist countries, people shall come from Europe, from America, from Asia. They may come, so that their business continues, their money growth continues. Otherwise, they have to put lock, turn that there is a limit, and we have done it. And indications are clear that they are expect, okay, go back please kindly. We have no jobs. It's throughout GCC it's happening, and Middle East is already over. There's no Iraq, there's no Iran job, there's no Libya job, there's no other such jobs which could employ you. There are jobs now in nominal ways, not in that ways. So we have to learn lessons from those countries. We are not learning anything. We have only vote management. Or this vote is, believe me, a big disease in this country. What it was designed for, it has not done that. It's not done that. Design was something else, concept was one, and effect is another one. Yes, we have no meaning for vote. And I don't know actually now we have to understand, is that vote necessary or not? If there is a vote, it should be for democracy. It should not be politicocracy. Our democracy is not linked to politicocracy in constitution. It's not linked at all. It has been created by these politicians. Try to know that. You go through constitution, you find what we are doing is that mentioned there. We are voting to political parties every time we vote. Does constitution require that? You find yourself. No need of I explain to you. You are voting for election of prime minister. Go to constitution. You find yourself, is it required? Whatever we are doing, it's not required according to constitution. That is additional provisions made which were not at all required. You think, of course, you know there is no qualification required, there is no education required for these positions. And if you go to down to panchayat level, you will find that eighth standard is enough. But if you go and see, 50% women are there in reservation in panchayats. Are they doing that? What I have understood, what I have observed from people, these are only for name's sake. They are not taking any practical interest, any practical involvement. I met some women members of panchayat. I am getting my money every month and that's it. In my account, my salary is coming. They say like that. And what about these decisions you are making? This money is coming, collector is there, funds have come. How you are managing? I don't know anything. My husband is managing that. She is not one. She said all are that. All women who are members of panchayat, they do that. She only signs when husband says sign, or where panchayat president says sign, we just sign, and that's why. When some CBI asks something in future, what happen? I want to get rid of this panchayat. Answer past that. What's the use of Rajiv Gandhi's panchayat management? He institutionalized panchayats constitutionally. This is a result after so many decades. Just see what was the status in that, except in Bengal. Panchayat Raj was since beginning in Bengal. So where we are, if we are not able to apply constitution to ourselves, which is ourselves, our own, shame unto me that I cannot, as a citizen, I cannot help it. I feel shameful. We talk a lot, we argue with others in outside. I even had a discussion with a British architect. Why you are boasting too much about the queen or king? I can change my king, my president. You cannot change your queen or king. You have no authority. No, I have to be loyal to my queen. Queen, he says. You may be loyal. I am not loyal. I am loyal to my constitution, not to king. I have authority. My king cannot be there for more than two terms. Or we can impeach our king. Can you do that? We just argue so that we keep ourselves higher, but we know they are democracy, real democracy, we are not. How? Current example is Brexit. Everybody knows David left. Next day, I cannot handle if you leave Europe, I cannot handle. He accepted morality and left. May was thrown out. Johnson led to another election on 12th of December. So that is democracy. Just by one wrong vote by British people in referendum, 3 years have gone and many more years will go, countries falling. 28 countries, EU, they were 28th. They will not have business from those countries and they will fall. They are already falling. Yes, one vote can kill you, remember. You vote in name of Mandir, you vote in name of Masjid, you vote in name of Hindu Muslim, you vote in name of Modi Rahul, your vote is no value. Because you are not voting your nation. You are not voting for future. You are not voting for your kids. You are voting for these criminals. I consider them criminals of society. because they did nothing, they just want seats. Sixth year running for Modi, tell me a single achievement. They came for 370 removal, they came for Ram Mandir, they came for Uniform Civil Code. Did they do themselves? This judgment came for Ram Mandir, and people say Modi did. It's strange. You did 370, you see results yourself. You have no solution till now. 9 lakh army is there. People are virtually in jail. They are not free. All international eyes at you, focused very well, very strongly. And you are sick, I've done it. Yes, you have done it. You have tortured people. You are tormenting them every day so that they leave the place and go. That is what you want. When people rush out of that place as illegal migrants from other country, you will say, see, they have gone, I leave them, I don't care for them. And this is my land. This is your achievement. And Uniform Civil Code, yes, that is direct to principle. But now Supreme Court says faith is higher. Faith is higher, law is lower. This is virtual meaning of this judgment. An intelligent person can understand that. This judgment is not based on any logical argument. This is based on consideration of, oh, we consider that there was Ram, we believe there was Ram, we believe people used to worship that place, therefore we grant to them. On consideration, faith-based considerations, you are decreeing that land to that person. This means when you see Uniform Civil Code, those people would say, yes, this is Uniform Civil Code, you are going to do, we don't accept because faith is higher than law. When faith has gone higher than law, so this is our faith, we accept that. You accept your faith. You accept your Gita, you accept your Ramayana. Gita allowed so many wives, Ramayana allowed so many wives. Why do you stop us? Our Quran says 4 wives. Finish. What's your problem? Law is lower. The Supreme Court decided faith is higher than law. So for me, faith is first and then country. But Constitution says country is first and faith is second. So it's a controversial understanding. Our Constitution does not say faith has any value. It says faith is valuable, but it is not state's property. State has to value everybody's faith. It has to value everybody's right to profess, everybody's right to promote. But it's not state ownership. This is state's control as far as law and order is concerned, so that one faith person doesn't clash with another faith person. To that extent, we have police, we have court. But we are not involved, we are not owning consideration of faith. We are secular. We respect everybody. We don't consider you doing whatever you want. We are not China, we are not something else. We are this country, but we are not involved. But here we have changed that platform. In fact, we were that. So means we have no intellectual left in any discipline. We are not that. We have manipulators left now. We can manipulate in law, we can manipulate in judiciary, we can manipulate in chartered accountancy, we can manipulate in professional teaching, we can manipulate in police system, we can manipulate in engineering design, we can manipulate in engineering education, we can manipulate everywhere we want. That country is getting promotion in this way. Our country, we can manipulate constitution, as I explained about this law of 1991, which I just posted on this text also. This law clearly says you respect 15th August 1947 Independent Day as a datum line for all religious structures, though Ram Janmabhoomi Masjid was in court at that time too. It was excluded from that, but there's a guiding principle that August 15th, 1947, our honorable Independence Day is a datum line, is a control line for whatever structures belonging to whatever religion, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Sai, Parsi, whatsoever there, have to remain there. Mandate is that. It was passed in 91 during Narsimha government, and next year they demolished Babri Masjid. Possibly they didn't know, but they did it. And this is shame, of course, that building was sacrificed by some people, but last year they know, BJP knew, VHP knew, all that knew there was a law, but they violated that law. You can read that law, what it says. You will understand that where did Narasimha Rao's eyes were in 91. He knew that there's something happening, and these people will talk of Mathura, these people will talk of Kashi, these people will talk of something else in future. Better lock that. And he locked it, surprisingly, except cases in court already there because he could not overrule courts. Achievement, really. Intellectualism is called. Up to that time, we had a party, reliable party, and that was Congress. Since 1857 to 1947 and 1947 till 5-6 years back, we had a party called Congress, which could be relied upon with power, with intellectual status, with thinking power, with viewing future. Otherwise, there will be no technical institute, there will be no IIMs, there will be no IITs, nothing will be there. But they realized because they were sincere, they knew value of freedom. But now this young, because they got free. Your kids got free country, and I and you too are from free country. We don't, maybe we were in initial stages, we value something. But new generation do not know except mobile, except facilities, except big cars, and everything. They want all facilities. Without facilities, they become sick, they become psycho, they become depressed. Addiction of mobile, addiction of car, addiction of life enjoying, addiction of everything, but no addiction of maintaining nature. They are used to, now we have to be used to this polluted area. You cannot avoid, there's no way out. If you say you can't keep mask, even if mask cannot serve that purpose, you have spice, so you enjoy that. You drive car or you have good air. One thing you have. Stop driving cars. Walk. Use cycle. You'll find difference. Means you are just wasting natural resources. And people are also natural resources. We are also natural resources. We are wasting ourselves. You are wasting yourself. Why we are doing that? We cannot understand this. Until we use our mind. You can understand only by your own mind, no one can teach you. My speech doesn't teach you. My wasting your time doesn't teach you. You just think yourself. Every person is an intelligent one. Even if you are not educated, you have mind. You can think yourself. God expects that. But you will not think because you don't value thinking. You may think otherwise. You may think irrelevant. Of course, you will think that. But you will not think your own. Half of problems can be over if you think yourself. For example, if you think for yourself, you think for your nation, half problems will be over. And if these political parties are out from system, remaining problems will be solved. These are problem creators. And these can be out only when you think that. Don't vote any political parties. Believe me, your problems will be over. Corruption will be over, everything. Because these political parties are root of corruption. You have to pay 10 crores to get ticket and then 25 crores another one to win election. 35 crores, 50 crores, you spend guilt money. You will make 350 of course or 400 crores in 5 years. Otherwise, there is no use of business for you. But for me, it's not business. It's business for you. You're a politician. It's your party. Everybody wants business. BJP got so much money in these 6 years. They have how many officers in this country? Where they got this money? These industries paid them. They got this money. They built their what for them on this office. Just ask them thing. Why do you need so many offices for your political business? Is for business. What do you want these buildings for? For what? You sit in tent. What's the problem? Your country, your leaders, you have to set example. Why do you make another building for parliament? It's not a question mark. You are wasting my money for nothing. Why do we need another building for parliament? Is it not a question? Is this parliament bad? You make parliament in south. You sit in tents and work. What's the problem? Is it necessary to have parliament building? Why? You just have a tent somewhere in garden and start legislations. What's the problem? You have to change yourself. Don't waste public money. You are wasting everywhere. My money, I have given the right. I have given the right to use it, not to destroy it. But you are destroying that money. I am suffering. I means nation is suffering. So I am serious in this, but how many are serious? People just take everything for granted. Leave it. Why should I worry? Yes, I cannot do anything. What can I do? This is general answer. What can I do? If EVMs are abused, what can I do? Don't do. If you cannot do anything, don't demand anything. Why do you go for election? If you vote, what you do? Tell me. Practically, if you just say, my vote has got no relation to MP election. I never need that MP in my life. I never need this MLA in my life. Why I need this MLA? Why I need this MP? No, why should I vote? I vote for nation or for MP or for PM. We have to decide ourselves. If I have no for virtual election in my 5 years, why should I go for MP election? Why should I vote? You ask question yourself. Do you need MP in your lifetime? For what you need? You have to decide, and that MP has to decide. He expects your vote. Nowadays, he's not, no candidate comes to you. They just, oh, you have to vote and you will vote someone. They take it this way. I don't need MP for my life. I never even have any necessity of MLA in my life, and not even a councillor or someone else. You want your work done, go to department and complete process and get work done. That's it. These are additional people doing nothing for me, but you vote them. You have to think why you vote them. Do you need them? Why should I pay money for this 550 people in Lok Sabha and those 260 people in Rajya Sabha? Why should I spend money for them? And if these ministers, 60 ministers, are doing nothing, why should I pay money for them? Why is Modi appointing them? Question is that if he is not using them, if Modi is doing everything himself, we say akela hai, akela chal. If he is alone, why we appoint these 60 ministers for what? We have to think. After all, we are spending money. If there is no output, there is no performance, for what we employ them? Why? If you are a small project, you say, oh, 1 year is enough, one foreman is enough. Why we need more? 50 people are enough. Why you want more? If we don't have budget, we cannot spend like that. But we can spend Arab billions and billions for these politicians who are criminals. Should we not think that way? You think yourself. If you don't have any role in this country, why? Better change constitution. Finish. Remove all MPs from there. Why you wait them if PM is adequate for us? If PM has to do everything, just give him 10, 15 officers and let them support us. That's it. Why should we waste our money? Why should conduct election for them? Let us conduct direct election for PM because Constitution doesn't say elect PM. We are electing PM without PM Constitution requirement. Let that be requirement then. Let PM be directly elected and let President be directly elected. Why should we waste money? But we will not think this way. And let us say how many people we have? 130 crore people. How many Lok Sabha seats we have? 550 Lok Sabha seats. What is an average? One area has only 3 lakh people say. One area has 30 lakh people say. 1 and 10 times. But MP is 1. Both MP are equal. But the percentage is different. Why this imposition? Why you accept like this? My constitution says they should be people's representative, but one person is representing only 3 lakhs and one person representing 30 lakhs. Where is the proportion? Means this person is more powerful who's able 30 lakhs. So let him either move. If you cannot increase people, if you cannot augment power, I mean say strength of this MP, it should not be, let us say it should be 1500 or 2000 MPs in Lok Sabha. If you cannot afford that, at least afford power of vote. Why you say one vote in Lok Sabha for one MP? If person comes from 30 lakh constituency, you allowed him 6 or 7 or 10 votes. Make a scale up to this level is one vote, and up to this level this person has another vote, and this MP has another vote, so that there should be a strength, there should be a quality system emerge in Lok Sabha polling, Lok Sabha internal debates. Head count is enough, you think? Oh, just try a voice vote, bill is passed. You just pass bills, counting heads or voice. No value of what argument is made, no value what submissions have been made, just pass bill, and these arguments, these records are only for purpose of journals of Lok Sabha. Is that only purpose? I don't understand that when we are applying quality system everywhere in each and every field, and we are not applying in this powerful field which affects all other fields. Why not apply the? Are we sitting there foolish just to count heads? Just for sake of passing bill? Is that enough? It's not enough. We have to think scientifically. Why don't they chart out the system? They should chart out. Make a program, make a chart out. You have 10 votes, you have 5 or 6 votes, and out of 10, it's not necessary you have to count 10. If that person says, take 6 out of my 10, count 6. At least people shall become serious. They should sit for debates. They will participate in debates. Now what happens? 20, 30 MPs are there, 50 MPs in Lok Sabha. So hardly you'll find 50, 60 people, and debate is going on. Bills are moving on, nobody cares. Same thing happens in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both. Nobody's serious. No. Oh, when vote time comes, I'll come. I'll be in library or somewhere. When vote time comes, I'll be there. You are sitting only for foolish activity, not for real activity. No quality is there in your vote. You just vote because you are prime minister, vote party, and then don't debate. What's the use of debate? Example: J&K bill came, abrogation of Article 370. There were no questions raised. In fact, no questions were responded. Just today, bill today, and today. Is it quality system? Is it quality? I brought it today. You have to read it today. You have to debate it today, and you have to approve it today. Is it real life activity like this? And we people accepted that. Oppositions did not work as opposition. Government did not work as government. Speaker did not work as a speaker, and bill is passed. Hell with such a Lok Sabha. Hell with such a speaker. And hell with such treasury benches. And hell with such opposition. All are hell. Don't pass bill. What's the use of bill then? What's the meaning of Lok Sabha if you cannot analyze and argue and debate and do something like that? 2 hours given just to read a bill, and then discuss. What system is this? You are deciding for future of 1 crore population. It's no joke. You are working on behalf of God to decide their future, and you take it so easily. It took how many years to get freedom, 1857 to 1947, 90 years. You got liberated this country in 90 years period. And you want to destabilize this community in one day? Without understanding what was there, without understanding what has happened in the past, without understanding what it shall impact in future. You do not want to take anything into consideration. Just today, I want to do this. This is leadership. This is governance. This is constitutionalism. What is this? This lapse of parliament impacts our nation. This lapse of parliament impacts our judiciary. Because judiciary takes that way. Parliament is not serious. Why should I be serious? Everybody is interlinked, believe me. They cannot be set off. They are part of society. If Parliament acts in such an irresponsible manner, Parliament is so fast, so irresponsible, they don't care for something, they don't study well, and they do accidents. They did accidents. It was an accidental bill which has broken backbone of our system. They did not know what was passed. They did not know what happened in past 70 years. Just cut everything and throw it. If they are so powerful, if they're so confident, why do not they remove army from there? How long shall you keep army in J&K? 9 lakh people for 1 crore people. How long shall you keep like that? Forever? 97 days are over, 100 days have been over. You are not having courage to remove army from there. This means you have some kind of cowardice in you. You have a threat in your side. If you remove army, I don't know what shall happen. But you created this. When it is a society, when you think everything is normalized, same army is not available in Delhi, same army is not available in Punjab, it's not available in Madhya Pradesh, it's not available. Why only there? They are not free people. What right you have got according to constitution that you should do like this? Is it given in some article that you like this? You cut their legs, you cut their hands, you behead them, and you say, keep their dead bodies there. They are dead bodies. They are not aspiring spiritually. Is this our country? Our mandate is like that. We have to think seriously. But we cannot think because we are closed our minds. That's it. We have decided that they have to die. Tomorrow, same thing can apply to other part of this country. Nagaland is a burning example. Tripura is another burning example. Both are demanding, we don't want to stay with your country. We can be parallel to you, but we can't be under you. Both states have demanded. Of course, Nagaland was already, his already agreement, 2015 Modi and Nagaland agreement. Already there are concessions given to them. They are like a free country, except military, except defense. And same thing is demanded by Tripura. In some party augmented our geography, like Goa was included to our country. These northeast states were included to our country. They tried to integrate and augment our strength, and now we are trying to loosen our strength. Jammu Kashmir itself is a problem now. Such a problem that they have no formula to solve it. That's the problem. Government has no vision. Parliament did something. Congress did not stop it, failed to stop it. So Congress also is visionless. Stupidly, Congress says we support it. I was surprised, believe me. I was surprised. If Congress did accept in Parliament, we accept this 370 abrogation, which they should have refuted. They should have, you can say, opposed this. But they did not understand what they were speaking, or they were just having no mind at that time, or they have no vision now left. No person is visionary in Congress, unfortunately. You don't know what you're talking. You don't know what is written in document. You are not exposing yourself. I don't know why you are. Oh, I shall not speak this. My votes shall go. Which votes? If that portion goes, which vote you are talking? You are not. You did not preserve right of one community, and you accept it. Okay, do it. No problem. Since you did not study Constitution in 70 years, you failed to study that, and that's why you don't know anything. Then stupid government is there, and you are supporting that stupid government. You are also stupid. I never supported Congress or BJP because I have no such inclination. I want to support Constitution and this country because parties are not my destiny. I don't treat them something. They are just shops, just companies, nothing else. Their job is to stay in power, to continue. That's all. Just like we were somewhere, it's my job. I'm getting my food from this job, so I have to continue. These parties are same. They have a job to govern. If they don't have a job to govern, they die. Either stay in a position or they are nowhere else. Congress and BJP both are same robbers and corrupt people, and they can do no welfare now for people. There's only one way left for people. Condemn these parties, all political parties. Throw them to dustbin and come forward separately on independent basis. Change this country or else suffer. No political party is so strong as this country now that can change. They just say we want stable government. Why do you want stable government? What you have achieved in this, you have been there stable for 5 years. What have you achieved? Tell me one achievement. There's no achievement. Only achievement is I am Prime Minister. That's all. My face should be there all the time, everywhere in the whole world, and I am self-appointing myself as world leader. You are yourself appointing world leader. Your television channels are appointing world leaders. You are above all in whole world. I am saying I am God. Can I become God like that? If I am saying I am head of all states in this world, can I be that? But here is such assumptions just to befool your public. You say whatever you want to say, and public is befooled because public cannot think. There is always 1 or 2% people in society who can think. But if those two stop thinking, then you can say 100 all are animals. Our intelligentsia is in deep dream. They are not interested. I have seen people, I'm interacting with them. Doctors do not worry about country. Engineers take it for granted because they don't take interest. Lawyers, you know what's happening. Lawyers very well know. And police, who is left? Teachers are teachers. So there is no power in this country left, no intellectualism left who can fight with this government, who can fight with system, who can fight with judiciary. There is no one as such, and every institution is thinking we have to report to Modi. Means Modi judiciary, Modi executive, Modi all institutions, everything is that owned by Modi. We have brought country to that level. So suffer. You have to suffer. There will be no jobs because Modi doesn't want jobs. There will be no industries because he doesn't want that. He just wants that people should loot money from bank without any project and run away. And that has happened. Congress was there, yes. They may call it corrupt, but projects were there. Of course, people are criminals, we know. 5%, 10%, they might have stolen, but 90% was delivered. 80% was delivered. 70% was delivered. But here, don't deliver, just run away. Why are you wasting your time in this? Just like real estate did. They collected all money from people, these private builders, promoters, and somebody told me, it's a responsible, that they just completed the structure, but had taken 90% collection from people. And structure doesn't cost 90%. They never cost 90% of whole building cost. And they skipped. 90% they run away. After taking 90%, this means left is structural cost only. Who shall complete other? This has happened. Bank, you can see, they are not able to give money. Where are we going to? Are we going to a chaos nation? We are going to become another Palestine, big Palestine, or Israel? What we are going to be? Yemen? Who shall think? Your all independence services, independence for nation struggles, your all sacrifices of your forefathers have watered in. They have become, liquefied. No solidity is left. Everything is in flooding. Everything is dying. And we are watching. We are watching. We are complaining that polluted air is available. No, everything is polluted. Metals are polluted, air is polluted. But we are not thinking how to solve that. We are not thinking. Don't think. Of course, we shall not live for here. We have to die. So let people suffer. They will also die. Let them. This life goes on like that. Don't why complaining. Don't complain. We can solve it, but we don't know how to solve it. Because you can solve it only when take its responsibility. And no one is taking responsibility. No one is taking. Not even thinking, forget taking responsibility. We are not thinking. So what sort of people we are? We have to evaluate ourselves. We are really not professional people left anymore. We are not really scientific people left anymore. We are only, you can say, politicians are businessmen. And businessmen are, of course, businessmen. And others are looters, cheaters, bribe takers like police, cheaters like lawyers. So, and why should the military work for you? Why should the farmers work for you? Pollution is there, you blame farmers. So they are doing this because of people. Only you blame weak person. You don't blame powerful person. You don't blame. You don't blame those people who are producing big cars. You don't blame them. You don't blame those people who are using their cars. You don't blame them. You blame only weaker section. Because you can do that only. Others are your bosses. This is country. So you think, सोचिए, सोचना जरूरी है. नहीं सोचोगे तो घुस भर जाएगा दिमाग में. हर एक के भरता है, हर देश में भरता है. आपके भी भरेगा. आप कोई भगवान नहीं हो. अब तो इंसान भी नहीं हो. भगवान तो छोड़ो. जो होते थे इंसान वो भी नहीं है आप. इसलिए आप सोचना शुरू कर दो. अगर कुछ करना है, नहीं तो अपने पैक कर लो मरने के लिए. मरना तो सबको है. रोने से भी कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. हंसते हंसते मर जाओ, ज्यादा अच्छा है. अपना वोट देते रहो, रोटी खाते रहो, सोते रहो, गाड़ियां चलाते रहो. कुछ हो जाए तो आग लगाते रहो. यही रह गया काम. ऐसा ही देश बनना था. तो मेरे को तो लगता है फिर आजादी की भी जरूरत नहीं थी. फिर तो पहले ही पिट रहे थे और पिटते रहते. क्या फर्क पड़ गया आजादी मिलने से या नहीं मिलने से? कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ गया. पहले वो थे, अब ये चोर है. बस इतना फर्क है. पब्लिक तो अब भी नहीं है सामने जिसके लिए आजादी मिली. पब्लिक को चाहते थे हम हमारा रिसोर्सेस. सीमांत गांधी ने कहा था एक इंटरव्यू में, अब्दुल गफ्फार खान ने, हमने तो आजादी इसलिए चाहते थे कि हमारी औलादें हमारा पैसा खाएं, हमारी औलादें हमारे रिसोर्सेस को खाएं. ये उनका स्टेटमेंट था इंटरव्यू में. पर यहाँ तो राजनीति वाले खा रहे हैं. यहाँ तो उद्योगपति खा रहे हैं. तुम्हारा पैसा तो वो खा रहे हैं, तुम क्या खा रहे हो? तुमसे तो और जाया जा रहा है. आज अगर मेरा बैंक मेरे को पैसा देने से मना करे तो मैं क्या करूंगा? 11 आदमी 12 दिन मर चुके हैं पहले ही पीएमसी बैंक में से. कल को मेरा पैसा भी ना दे, आपका पैसा क्या करोगे? गोली मारोगे उसको? गोली भी खरीदने के पैसे नहीं होंगे आपके पास. बंदूक खरीदने के पैसे नहीं होंगे. करोगे क्या? पत्थर मारोगे, इसमें नहीं मरेगा वो. कुछ है सोल्यूशन? एक कानून बना दिया जी, आपकी इंश्योरेंस 1 लाख की, आप खुश. किसी को पता था कि ऐसे इंश्योरेंस है? ये 1 लाख लिमिट है. क्यों नहीं पढ़वाया बोलो अब तक? कोई बोल रहा है इस लॉ को खत्म करो, पूरी इंश्योरेंस रखो? कोई नहीं बोल रहा। पार्टी वाले तो बोलेंगे नहीं, उनको तो कोई लेना देना नहीं है। पब्लिक सो रही है, उन्हें कुछ पता नहीं है, शोर मचाएंगे, हमारा पैसा खा गए, हमारा पैसा खा गए, हमारा रिजर्व बैंक में जाके शोर मचाएंगे। अरे थप्पड़ मारो, सीधी तरह से घी निकलता जमाने में। शांति से हम तो गांधी के रास्ते पे चलेंगे, हम तो ये करेंगे, इन बातों से कुछ नहीं होता। तुम्हारा पैसा खा गया, वो छीनो पैसा उससे, नहीं तो कोई देने वाला नहीं है यहाँ पे अपने आप। जब तक इतनी जागृति हम लोगों में नहीं आएगी, ये पुलिस भी हमारी बाप बनी रहेगी, ये कोर्ट भी हमारा बाप बनी रहेगा, सरकार तो बाप है ही। जब तक हम इनको अपना बाप मानेंगे, जूते खाएंगे और खाते रहेंगे। इनके बाप बन जाओ, इनसे गद्दी से उतार दो, इनको सीट से उड़ा के बाहर फेंक दो। जब तक ऐसा नहीं करोगे ना, मरते रहो, रोते रहो, आंसू बहाते रहो, खून बहाओ, कुछ भी करो, कुछ होने वाला नहीं है। ये भारत है, मेरा भारत महान। यहाँ है बहुत बड़ा संविधान, पर है संविधान नहीं, वो पूरी धान। सभी हटा के धान कर दो उसको। ये धान का भारत है, संविधान का भारत नहीं है। कैसा बना दिया देश। बड़ी तड़ी से आजादी ली थी, कुछ भी नहीं था उस टाइम, मानते कुछ भी तो नहीं था, बड़ी मेहनत की बना, पर वो मेहनत किस काम आ रही है? किसी काम नहीं आ रही है। रोते रहो, चिल्लाते रहो, पढ़े लिखे, अनपढ़ से तो चलो माना, वो कुछ नहीं करते थे, शर्म हो मुझे, पढ़े लिखो। बड़ी बड़ी डॉक्टरेट की डिग्री, पोस्ट डॉक्टरेट की डिग्री, इंजीनियर की डिग्री, किस किस की डिग्री पता नहीं, यूज रोते रहेंगे, पिटते रहेंगे, मोदी मोदी गाते रहेंगे, राहुल यही काम है बस। कांग्रेस बीजेपी बीजेपी इसी में हम घूम फिर के रह गए, मेंढक कुएं के बन गए। हमें ना नदी दिखाई देती है, ना समुद्र दिखाई देता है, ना कुछ दिखाई देता है। यही दिखाई देता है, ये मेरी बीजेपी, ये मेरी कांग्रेस, मुझे तो इन्हीं को वोट देना है, पब्लिक जाए फाड़ दे। मरते रहो, क्या करोगे? अब मैं आपका समय क्यों बर्बाद करूं बताइए। यहीं से नमस्कार करता हूँ आप सबको, धन्यवाद आपका।